Alright, what's up guys? Today we're going to be using the standard algorithm with long division. I know we've been working with the Big 7, but now we're getting into the standard algorithm for division. To the left you see your steps for the standard algorithm, which is divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and repeat. So when we divide, we're going to see how many times can our 3 go into 283. Alright, and our think space, let's just put some facts to help us along the way. I like to start with what I know. So let's say 3 times 10, and that equals 30. Scoot this over a little bit. We also have 3 times 5, which equals 15. Let's do 3 times 15, and that would equal 45. Alright, so when we look at our standard algorithm, we first want to ask ourselves, how many times can 3 go into 2? And what I mean by saying that is how many groups of 3 can you make with the number 2? 0. So our next step would be to multiply. We did our division and we realized we couldn't do it. So our next step is to multiply our 3 times our 0. 3 times 0 is 0. So once we multiply, our next step is to subtract. So 2 minus 0 is 2. And our next step, we have to bring down our 8. So now we ask ourselves, how many groups of 3 can we form within 28? So in other words, how many times can 3 go into 28? And I always ask myself, 3 times what gets me close or around 28? We can think about our fact families. And I'm going to say 3 times 9. Because I know 3 times 9 is 27. And now we're back at our subtracting. So 8 minus 7 is 1, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So after we subtract, we know that we bring down our 3. So now we're back to the question, our division question, of how many groups of 3 can I form with 13? Yes, we can draw circles, but it's also important that we know our multiplication facts. So I know the closest I can get to 13 without going over it would be 3 times 4. And 3 times 4 is 12. So 13 minus 12 is 1. So my remainder will be 1. So now my remainder is smaller than my divisor, so I know that we're good to go. So my answer is 94 with the remainder of 1. Let's go to our next example. We have 2,765 divided by 4. In my think space over here, I'm just going to write a couple of facts that may help me out along the way. I know that 4 times 5 is 20. I know that 4 times 10 equals 40. I also, know that 4 times 100 equals 400. Alright, let's start on our standard algorithm. Alright, so how many groups of 4 can we make with 2? And you said it, 0. 4 cannot go into 2. The number is too large. Now we do our multiplication. 4 times 0, which is 0. Next, our next step is subtraction. 2 minus 0 is 2. And our next step is to bring it on down. So we bring our 7 down, and now we ask ourselves, how many groups of 4 can I make within 27? Or how many times can 4 go into 27? And so I know that my multiplication facts, we have some to the side. 4 times 5 is 20. I want to see, can we go up some more? 4 times 6 is 24. I'm going to see, can we go up one more? 4 times 7 equals 28. Well, we know that 28 is bigger than 27, so we'll have to go with 4 times 6. So we're going to put our 6 up here, and then we're going to multiply that 4 times 6, which is 24. So 27 minus 24, 7 minus 4 equals 3. After we subtract, we know our next step is to bring down. And so now we go back to ask ourselves, how many times 4 can go into 36? And if we know our multiplication facts, we know that 4 times 9 equals 36. So we subtract again. 36 minus 36 is 0. And we bring down our 5. And then we ask ourselves, how many groups of 4 can we make within 5? And it'll be 1 group. And 4 times 1 is 4. And so 5 minus 4 is 1. And our answer is 691 with the remainder of 1. Alright, so on the left side of your notebook, go ahead and write down your bring back to school problem. And it reads, a restaurant needs to buy 366 new plates. If each box has 3 plates in it, how many boxes will they need to buy? See you guys in the morning.